What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, but not any old Titans action, ladies and gentlemen. This is Phoenix Reborn 2. This is the first game of the Phoenix Reborn 2 Clan Championship 2024. It's an exciting time to be alive. We'll go a little bit through what's going on in this one, but first and foremost, in the right side of the map, in the blue color, playing as Odin, his name is Nullus, and he comes from the JSS clan. Jesus Superstar. I'm not actually sure that's not what their name is. What is actually their name? Does it say here? Justice Strikes. Justice Strikes. His partners today in the purple color playing as Thor. His name is Count Von Count, and in the sky blue color up here in the top of the map playing as Uranus, his name is Grass. His opponents today in the red color playing as Gaia, we have Ogneni. His partners today in the green color playing as Uranus, his name is Maci. Maci in the house. And finally in the bottom of the map in the yellow color playing as Odin, his name is ITTI. Itty. We're going to go with Itty. Itty? Not sure which one. But he is playing as Odin, and this is Team Maci, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are uninitiated, which might be a lot of you, there is a very specific rule in place in this tournament, which is the teams get one ban to ban out a god from the series. If the players don't want to play against a Hades, they can ban out Hades. If they don't want to play against a Loki, they can ban out Loki. If they don't want to play against a Gaia, they can ban out Gaia. There is that means there's two bans for the teams in this series. JSS banned Ra, and Maci banned out Loki in this first game. So I'm very excited to see how this one's going to turn out. It's a new day, it's a new you, it's a new me, and it's a new tournament. And I love the openings in these tournaments because it really sets the stage for what's going to be happening. And I'm not going to lie, probably over the past, I would say 6 months-ish, it's been a while since Phoenix Reborn 1. Maybe it's been 6 months, maybe it's been a year, not exactly sure. I can't remember when we did Phoenix Reborn 1, but my overall opinion of how team games are being played, I think that the players have leveled up. I think that team games in general have leveled up a big way. Thank you for the 26 months, Tim Boss. Appreciate the consistent support. That means a lot. Thank you so much, my friend. But the players have really leveled up. Now, we're going to be seeing IT already advancing here through Freya, going for a 4-minute advance time. We're also seeing Count Von Count advancing through Freya as well. One thing to notice here in this game is that we do have a Gaia in this lineup here for Team Maci. And what does that mean? It means that now Gaia is in the game. That puts Gaia Forest and Forest Fire as a combination here. Very simple to pull off. Odin on the team. There's no Thor on this team. You can do double Gaia Forest Fires, one after the other. It takes around 2 minutes for the Gaia Forest to come back. So you plant one at X minutes into the game. You plant one at X plus 2 minutes into the game. You get a lot of damage done with Gaia mixing in the Odins and the Thors. We'll see how things are going to go. I love this from Grass. He's already defending his town center against all sorts of cheese here in this game. Beautiful opening here from Grass. This is exactly what I say Uranus players need to do when they're expecting cheese to come at them. This is not at a big expense for Grass, as we do see the Gaia Forest coming down on this location. And guess what? Gaia Forest plus Forest Fire, that does 2,000 damage to a town center, 2 buildings. But there's so many buildings here that it only has done 600 damage, 700 damage. That's not going to be close to falling here. Grass has got nothing to worry about. One Gaia Forest, well, the Gaia Forest and Forest Fire combo is out of here. Maci's team has failed with this rush to get that damage done. One thing that is going to be challenging here for Grass is that, well, he's a little bit on the defensiveness against against like the wood line, because he doesn't have any manners on that. Against the food, he doesn't have any manners on his food either. But it is a team game. He's got a little bit more time to deal with that as he's starting to get rushed here. Count on Count's going to have to react to this one really, really fast. He's starting to pump out the raiding cavalry, the Hearser, and everything to come up here and try and defend. Idy on this position here, just trying to get himself out his own Ulfsarks over here as Grass comes in with the Valor God Power, going to be starting to slap down the Valkyrie on this position. The Hearser getting taken out as well. Another Hearser going down, and it looks like Team Justice Strikes have defended. Meanwhile, on this position, we do see Guy Forest getting forest fired over here as well as Count also Guy Foresting here, leaving Ogneni very, very open to getting raided by these Valkyries. Raided, and not only raided, but also no wood left in the bank for him to play with. He's grabbing himself, Idy's grabbing himself a pickaxe here as well as he's trying to get up into this location to defend. Maci is up here to help out. There's a shockwave. Going to be taking out a couple more of those units, not allowing those to retreat away, and Grass does get a little bit of micro in there, almost taking out this Murmillo. 1 HP remaining, might be able to get away, but does end up getting sliced down at the end there as this forward base is about to get ruined here, as Team Maci did not think through this rush at enough of a big clip there, as we see now Nullus joining in the action here, saying, you know what, this is a very, very easy raid for us to get. We are seeing the villagers kind of saying good day to each other. We're just having a nice food gathering experience here. Nothing to see here. Just a nice little game of have you met Nullus? Have you met Idy? Idy, Nullus, Idy. Okay, everyone knows everyone. Fantastic. Back up to the top position here. We do see that Idy's Longhouse will get taken out as the raiding cavalry going down as well. Units going to be retreating back. We do see the units of Maci still piling in onto this position, but Count is here and Grass is here. How did he get these buildings up here? He must have sent a citizen or two up this way. That would have been a really, really long trek to get those units out there. He's going to be in a bit of a trouble where that's concerned. We do see Ogneni trying to get himself up that second town center, but in the end here, Count von Count is going to start putting some serious pressure on, and I wouldn't be surprised if Count von Count and Team JSS are pretty well aware that there could be a town center going up, and that simply sending raiding cavalry onto that settlement location there is going to be a good idea. Not only that, you almost know that the villagers are on this food over here because you see it. There is that oracle over here that's kind of given away everything. We see a lot of citizens onto that town center for the time being. 8 citizens in count. Doesn't end up heading over there. We do see a little bit of raids coming in. One of the citizens of Grass does end up getting sniped down. Nice play by Maci to find that one there, as Grass a little bit on the back foot here. But Grass is going to be able to defend this one fairly easily from now on. And not only that, we're going to start seeing the units moving in. There's some gold villagers over here for Ogneni that's going to be getting targeted down. We see Grass pushing in over here as well, with Ogneni getting pushed away on that position there. But 2 town centers. He's also got some elephants on the back of his base over here, as we see the raiding cavalry coming through for Count. Count's grabbing himself a second town center behind all of this. The villagers coming back over here for Nullus as his raiding cavalry have come through, and they've picked off a lot of villagers on that position there, as well as Nullus has found a really, really big advantage. But IT here managing to click up through Scardy quite quickly here in this game. We'll see if that's going to be helping him out here. Obviously going to be very, very short on military units, which is going to allow Nullus the advantage in this game. A random Ulfsark in the center of the map here, as well as the temple going to get taken down. IT needs to rebuild that temple, otherwise he's not going to be able to get himself that Frost Giant out for free. That's going to be a really, really big deal. Managing to take that temple down there. Meanwhile, over here, we're still seeing Maci trying to defend Ogneni's boom here. I say boom, not really a boom. Ogneni hasn't even advanced to the second age yet. He has been going for a straight sling in this game over to Idy, over to Maci here, and it's not working out for him in the slightest. But Leto is on the way. Gaia Pickaxe is on the way. IT here does drop that Frost down and hits both Count von Count and Nullus on this position. Heavy infantry is also coming through as he's trying to spend all of his resources. This sling strategy isn't a terrible idea, mind you, but it's a difficult thing to pull off, in all honesty, as we see the mana coming up here for Ogneni. As well as the Temple to try and get himself out that free lead toe with a 10-minute Classical Age. Not something you'd see very often. Like I said, it's not a terrible idea. Personally, I'm more a fan of getting to the Classical Age, getting yourself some towers up, getting yourself those spider lairs, such that you don't get raided down so hard. But the spider eggs are in. They're going to be able to eat some of those Murmillos, but it's too little too late. The town center is taken out. Grass is going to be pushing through that very, very hard. Meanwhile, over on this bottom side, IT here trying to hold on, but he's got Nullus and he's got Count on Count roaming around on this location. The watchtower is going to be going down. The dwarves getting taken out as well. What else can ID do here? He's got to rely on Ogneni's economy here, but Ogneni needs to defend himself as well, as Grass is about to pick off even more of Ogneni's citizens here in this game in a really, really difficult position. Maci over here, he's starting to build up the counter barracks in his main base with the military barracks as well. Those farms are going to go for a long time, but I mean, you're not playing this guy. You don't have those upgrades. It'd be much better to be on Hunt if he could, but the JSS team is going to be constricting the Maci team here in a really, really big way as the shockwave comes down onto those grass. Terma retreating back here. The military barracks is up. The Murmillo starting to come out as well. And we'll see how it's all going to work out. But JSS are so far in front here. We do see the Ulfsark out for IT. He's got those heavy Ulfsark, but what else behind him? In fact, if we take a quick look at his actual stats here, that is not the right player. We see 16 gatherers and 5 dwarves. That's 21 total villages here for IT. 65 population, not in a good position in the sliders, as we see Nullus dropping the Frost down onto this position. He can take the town center down if he so chooses. He's got so many raiding cavalry. I wouldn't be surprised to see Nullus dropping into heavy raiders here, as Grass has sent his Terma in, starting to take down a lot of these infantry units and everything else as the citizen goes down. And in that moment, Maci does decide to call it as Team Maci taps out. JSS gets the dub with some incredibly solid defense there. Personally, I think that a sort of Gaia-fed rush is a really good way to start off a game. I don't think it's a cheese in the slightest. I think you can start off a game with a small amount of Gaia feed. Why can you do this, and why does this work? Why didn't it work so well in this game here for Maci, for Team Maci here? Possibly the reason is that Ogneni didn't go to the Classical Age himself. So if you want to like feed your resources over to say like an Odin player so he can get a better start kicking off the game, I would say first and foremost, aim for a 5:15 advance time. Don't aim for the 4:30 advance time. Give those resources, those extra resources you get from going for the 5:15 advance time over to the Odin player. And that's looking like things like hand axe. Don't get hand axe, don't get pickaxe. You can probably give some food over as well, because you're going to be having excess food. I know you can do like a far second town center and get like a 5:15-ish, maybe not 5:15-ish advance. So you probably got somewhere in the vicinity of 200 to 300 resources you can feed to that Odin to get that Norse player pumping in the early game to hit a really big rush. On top of that, this Gaia Forest Fire strategy is really strong. It's borderline broken, but we do see that Grass, perfect defense here. I've said that there's this strategy here from Gaia, from Maci's team here. It's not the be all and an end all of a strategy. If your opponents know it's coming, they can defend against it. But if you know that your opponent knows that they're defending against it, you can go for a different town center. You can see over here, Count von Count's town center is open. Over here, Nullus's town center is equally open. And while they do have an extra 700 HP on them, the Gaia Forest Fire is still going to do 2,000 damage. Taking 800 HP off a town center isn't that much with a boosted economy of from a Gaia onto an Odin rush there. You could possibly just push through and absolutely destroy that situation, especially with like Dire Forest as well in the early game onto the Odin player's base. Didn't end up happening here. JSS is an incredibly strong team, as you can definitely tell this, and it's the early stages of the tournament. It is a group stage tournament, so we're going to be seeing a little bit more from Maci and their team of craziness here. It's best of 3, so we'll move on to game number 2 very, very shortly. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.